I'm meteorologist Fred Campagna, keeping an eye here on tropical depression. Fred, once a tropical storm, but really got torn apart as it moved over Hispaniola. You can still see that there is some rotation with the storm, but it really has weakened down to 35 miles per hour as it is now north of Cuba, and it is going to move north of Cuba, gradually re-strengthen likely as it gets closer to the Florida Straits. So by 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, it could be back to a minimal tropical storm. About the same story expected as it moves somewhere near the Florida Keys by Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. And then its exact track after that is really, really important in terms of its intensity. So we'll talk about that ahead. You can see that the center of this track is just off the west coast, the Gulf Coast of Florida, and the Hurricane Center has it making landfall about 7 o'clock on Monday morning or shortly before that as a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm, and then what's left of it weakening to a tropical depression, but bringing some rain up into North Georgia later Monday and into Tuesday. Now, the exact track is important. So there are a couple of scenarios that we're looking at here. One is closer to the Florida coast, so just kind of skirting right up along the Gulf Coast of Florida here. And as a result, there'd be a bigger impact certainly from South Florida all the way up through Tampa Bay and then up through Tallahassee area if it takes this track. But it would generally be a weaker storm because of the interaction with land. It would not have as much time over the warm water of the Gulf of Mexico. Now, if the storm goes a little bit farther to the west, to the western end of that cone that we just looked at, that keeps it mainly off of the west coast of Florida. So with this track, definitely a lower, if any, impact for places like Tampa. But because it's out over the Gulf of Mexico, it has a better chance to strengthen and could even potentially become a hurricane before landfall if it stays far enough offshore, with the bigger impacts coming possibly even into New Orleans or parts of Mississippi, but more likely the Western Panhandle and Alabama. And again, eventually what's left of that storm is heading in our direction, likely bringing us some rain on Monday into Tuesday and possibly some wind if it can strengthen here out over the Gulf of Mexico. We'll continue to keep you updated on CBS 46.